In 1970, America didn't just change. It trembled. The war was on every TV. Hope was on every street corner. And somebody, somewhere, dropped the needle. And a song came out that didn't just sound good. It told the truth. You're not just hearing music. You're stepping inside a year where love was desperate, protest was loud, and soul music carried the weight of a nation on its back. Some of these records saved lives. Some ended relationships. One of them changed music forever. And the #1 song was made by a genius who didn't even realize he had just taken full control of his destiny. This isn't nostalgia. This is impact. Let's go back to the year that shook the culture. 1970. Number 15. Let's Fall in Love All Over Again. Billy Paul. Before the world knew heartbreak through Me and Mrs. Jones, Billy Paul delivered one of the softest, most overlooked pleas in soul history. Released in 1970, this song isn't about starting fresh. It's about reclaiming something that's slipping away inch by inch. The arrangement is classic early Philly soul. Lush strings, gentle horns, and a rhythm section that never rushes the moment. Billy's voice doesn't sound like a young man in new love. It sounds like someone who's seen love threatened and refuses to let it die quietly. You can hear the fatigue in his tone, but also this flicker of stubborn hope. Like a man sitting at the edge of the bed at 2 a.m. saying, "We've come too far to let this fall apart now."
You're waiting for.
It never climbed the charts like his later hits. No big radio overplay, no instant classic label. Instead, it traveled slowly through word of mouth, late-night DJs, and quiet storm playlists. And that's what made it powerful. In a world hooked on anthems and big hooks, this track became a secret for people who understood a quieter kind of heartbreak. Proof that sometimes the softest soul cuts the deepest. Number 14. Express Yourself. Charles Wright and the Watts.
Y'all hear me out.
103rd Street Rhythm Band. One chant. One groove. One cultural explosion.
Express yourself. Express yourself. Express yourself.
With Charles Wright and the Watts 103rd Street Rhythm Band, this wasn't just funk. It was freedom in rhythm, dropped at the height of Black empowerment.
Express yourself.
Express Yourself arrived like a sermon you could dance to. The message was simple but radical. Stop hiding. Stop shrinking. Stop apologizing for existing. Be exactly who you are, out loud, on purpose.
All you got to do now.
The band locks into a groove that never lets go. Tight horns, snapping drums, and a bass line that doesn't just walk, it struts. There's a reason producers, rappers, and DJs kept coming back to this track for decades. It became a toolkit of rhythm, sampled, chopped, flipped, and somehow the original still feels fresher than most things that came after it.
Jumping like a kangaroo.
Because underneath the bounce, there's a challenge. Don't just move your body, move your life. And honestly, in a world that still tries to put people in boxes, Express Yourself doesn't sound nostalgic. It sounds necessary. Number 13. Turn Back the Hands of Time. Tyrone Davis. By the time Tyrone Davis sang this in 1970, you could feel the weight before the first word even landed. This wasn't drama for effect. This was regret shaped into melody. The production is gentle but full, soft snares, floating strings, and a groove that feels like walking home in the rain, replaying every mistake.
If I could train back the hands of time.
Tyrone doesn't beg loudly. He leans into the mic like someone confessing at 3 a.m. If I could just go back.
I would be wishing today on a body close.
What makes this song sting is its honesty. He's not blaming fate, not blaming anyone else. He's looking straight at his reflection and wishing he could undo the damage.
But if I had,
It soared across R&B and pop charts, not because it was flashy, but because everyone listening had already lost something they wish they could drag back into the present. Time never turns back. We all know that. But somehow, every time this record spins for 3 or 4 minutes, it feels like it just might.
please, please.
Number 12, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Diana Ross.
Where are you going to?
When Diana Ross left the Supremes, the world held its breath. Could she truly stand alone? This song didn't just answer the question, it rewrote it.
What are you hoping for? Do you know?
Her 1970 solo version transformed a familiar duet into a cinematic, gospel-soaked declaration.
Behind you, there's no open doors.
The spoken word verses feel like pages from a diary read out loud, building tension over swirling strings and echoing percussion.
Questions that you once asked of me.
Then the chorus hits. And it's not just a love song anymore. It's destiny talking.
You knew I loved you, but my
This was Diana stepping out of the girl group spotlight and into her own mythology. It became her first solo #1 hit. But more importantly, it sounded like emancipation pressed on vinyl. She wasn't climbing the mountain anymore. She was the mountain, unshakable, towering, and impossible to ignore. Number 11, ABC, The Jackson 5. Then came 5 brothers with 3 letters that changed everything. With the Jackson 5, 1970 didn't just arrive, it exploded. ABC felt like bottled sunshine, hand claps, bouncing bass, and harmonies that sounded like pure joy. Michael, still a child, already sang with the urgency and control most adults never find. He didn't just hit the notes, he attacked them, danced with them, played with them. The song was aimed at kids, but the energy crossed every age and every border. And when ABC knocked the Beatles off the top of the charts, it became more than a hit. It was a signal. A new generation had arrived. Motown wasn't just keeping up with the times, it was leading them. 10, Patches, Clarence Carter. Some songs entertain, some songs testify. With Patches, Clarence Carter didn't just sing a story, he narrated a life. We meet a poor Southern boy, nicknamed Patches because of the worn clothes on his back. We watch his world crumble when his father dies, and childhood disappears overnight. The Muscle Shoals musicians wrap the story in warm, earthy soul. Organ swells, guitar lines that feel like front porch picking, and a rhythm section that walks with the same determination as the song's narrator. This wasn't a fantasy. It was reality for countless working-class families. Listeners across racial lines felt this one. Not because they knew the exact story, but because they recognized the feeling, life is hard, but we keep going anyway. It won a Grammy. But more than that, it earned tears, silence, and replay after replay. Patches wasn't just music. It was a eulogy, a promise, and a prayer, all in one. Number 9, Call Me, Aretha Franklin. By 1970, Aretha Franklin wasn't just the queen of soul, she was its heartbeat. Call Me came from a simple moment. Aretha overhears a couple at an airport saying goodbye, and the woman softly tells her man, "Call me." From that tiny fragment of real life, Aretha builds an entire universe of tenderness. There are no vocal gymnastics for their own sake here, no showboating, just piano, gentle groove, and the kind of singing that feels like someone sitting beside you, saying everything you're afraid to say first.
Will you do that for me now?
She doesn't demand, she invites. It hit number 1 on the R&B charts, but its real power isn't in its stats, it's in its restraint. Call Me. 2 words, thousands of times in human history. But when Aretha sings them, you hear every unspoken, tell me you made it home. Tell me you still care. Tell me this isn't over. And decades later, we still want to.
Because you're taking me with you.
Number 8, Thank You, Verletten Me Be Myself Again, Sly and the Family Stone. Before the chorus even hits, the bass already owns you. Larry Graham's slap bass doesn't just anchor the song, it practically redefines the role of the instrument in funk. With Sly and the Family Stone, funk became rebellion you could dance to. An integrated band, men and women, black and white, standing shoulder to shoulder, making music that refused to play by the rules. The intentionally misspelled title is more than a gimmick. It's a sideways grin at a world that wants everything neat and proper. Thank You, Verletten Me Be Myself Again, is a coded celebration of authenticity, resistance, black pride, survival. Sly's lyrics take aim at fake smiles, forced politeness, and the pressure to shrink yourself to make others comfortable. Yet the groove never sounds bitter. It's joyful, rowdy, and wild, because joy itself becomes an act of defiance.
Thank you for letting me be myself.
For a year as explosive as 1970, few songs captured that mix of exhaustion, hope, and swagger quite like this one. Number 7, If I Were Your Woman, Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Walk out that door, my love would over.
This isn't a love song, it's a warning wrapped in velvet. Gladys Knight doesn't just sing about unrequited love. She sings from the perspective of a woman watching a man destroy himself by giving his heart to someone who doesn't deserve it.
She tears you down, darling. Says you're not.
The arrangement builds slowly, smoldering rhythm, sighing strings, and the Pips' harmonies framing her every line.
Darling, when she lets you fall.
Gladys is desperate, but never weak. She doesn't beg for scraps of affection. She lays out a clear, undeniable truth. If I were your woman, you wouldn't be hurting like this. It's jealousy, yes, but it's also clarity. The power of this song lies in that tension. She sees his value more clearly than he does, and the frustration burns through every note. It's pain, it's power. And even today, It feels like the soundtrack to every moment someone watched a person they loved choose the wrong door. Number 6, I'll Be There. The Jackson 5. This wasn't just a hit. It was a promise in 4/4 time. Released in the fall of 1970, I'll Be There marked a turning point for the Jackson 5. Less bubblegum, more soul. The tempo is slower, the mood more reflective, and suddenly this group of kids is carrying emotions as heavy as a lifetime. Michael's voice, still young, still bright, somehow holds a depth that feels almost supernatural. He doesn't sound like he's reading lyrics off a page. He sounds like he's lived them. The song became Motown's biggest single at the time, but that's only part of the story. I'll Be There showed that the Jackson 5 weren't just a teen craze or a cute novelty. They could break your heart gently. From breakups to weddings to funerals, this song didn't just play in the background. It stood beside people, a musical hand on the shoulder whispering, "You're not alone."
I'll be there to protect you.
Number 5, Love on a Two-Way Street. The moments soft as silk. Sharp as regret. Love on a Two-Way Street is one of those slow jams that feels like it was made for dim rooms, tired hearts, and quiet realizations. The arrangement is delicate, a gentle rhythm, strings like falling rain, and harmonies that drift in and out like fading memories. William Brown's falsetto doesn't just sing the lyrics, it hovers over them, fragile and haunting. The story is simple, almost painfully so. Love can arrive on the same street it eventually leaves. No big twist, no surprise ending. Just the raw ache of watching something beautiful slip away in the same place it began. This became the soundtrack to packed suitcases, awkward final conversations, and long, lonely car rides home. And somehow, even now, it still breaks hearts like it's hearing the story for the first time. Number 4, War. Edwin Starr. No metaphors, no subtlety, just truth, at full volume. Originally, War wasn't meant for someone like Edwin Starr. It was considered too controversial for Motown's biggest stars. But when he took it on, he didn't just sing it, he detonated it. From the first drum hit, the track feels like marching feet. The horns blare like alarms. And Edwin's voice, it's not polished smooth, it's rough, urgent, furious. War, what is it good for? That question wasn't rhetorical. It was being asked in real time by a country divided over Vietnam, by young people facing the draft, by families watching loved ones shipped overseas. His shouted answer, absolutely nothing, became a rallying cry far beyond Motown's usual audience. This wasn't background music. This was a protest you couldn't turn down without feeling like you were avoiding the truth. 3, The Love You Save, the Jackson 5. If ABC lit the spark, The Love You Save was blast-off. Where I'll Be There showed their tenderness, this track doubled down on their energy. It's fast, urgent, and relentless. like someone trying to stop a friend from making a terrible mistake right now. The drums pop, the guitars jab, and the background vocals weave in and out like a chorus of concerned friends. Underneath the playful references and catchy hooks, there's a serious message. Slow down. Be careful with your heart. Not everyone deserves it. Stop. The love you save may be your own. Sounds like something your grandmother might tell you. But here it's delivered with such charisma that it feels like a party and a warning. Their third consecutive #1 hit, it cemented the Jackson 5 as more than a flash in the pan. They were a phenomenon, and they were just getting started. Number 2, I Want to Take You Higher. Sly and the Family Stone. This wasn't just music. This was movement. I Want to Take You Higher is pure controlled chaos. Raw vocals, clattering percussion, driving rhythm, and a call and response that practically drags the listener into the song. It didn't need an overly complex message. The message was the feeling. In a world weighed down by war, political upheaval, and cultural tension, this track offered temporary escape, not by ignoring reality, but by overpowering it with pure, ecstatic sound. It wasn't the fastest to climb the charts, but it didn't need instant chart dominance. It made its home somewhere deeper, in college parties, in underground scenes, in late-night jam sessions. This was the soundtrack of people trying to shake off fear and frustration by dancing hard enough to forget, for a few minutes at least, how heavy everything felt. Sly wasn't asking for permission. He was grabbing the world by the collar and pulling it higher. Number 1, Signed, Sealed, Delivered. I'm Yours. Stevie Wonder. At just 20 years old, Stevie Wonder did the impossible. He didn't just sing Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours. He wrote it, produced it, and arranged it. Staking his claim as not just a star, but a creative force steering his own destiny. This isn't just a love song, it's an announcement. I know who I am now, I know what I can do, and I'm all in. The track is a masterclass in controlled groove. Funky guitar stabs, sharp horns, hand claps that feel like the crowd is already cheering, and Stevie's voice bouncing effortlessly between playful and passionate. Lyrically, he's confessing his flaws, admitting he's messed up, gone astray, and come back humbled. But musically, he's never sounded more in control. It topped the R&B charts, cracked the pop top 5, and has lived on through covers, commercials, rallies, and weddings. Because beyond the romance, there's something bigger at work. A young artist signing his name to his own future. Stevie signed it, we received it, and we never gave it back.